Check 1 2 2. Check check 1 2 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there we are. I laid my notebook on the. I'm a little too loud, but I like to keep you loud as possible. Yeah. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I'm way too loud though. Where? Oh, you can. Yeah, turn me down a hair. I mean, I love to hear my voice, but ah, good deal. What am I hanging on here? Hello, 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 hello. Test. Andre the Giant gave a surprisingly nimble foot rub. Foot rub.
Shot clock, both big Lambo, 2-seater, we don't do new people. Everybody taking off, lose one, shake it out, bounce back, then the
Yeah.
I mean, where should I really even start? I got a that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my time across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact.
Good evening, T-Town. Welcome to the historic new gym here on the campus of Tecumseh Public Schools. It's Friday night here in the small town, and we're doing what we love to do. We're getting ready to watch some Savage basketball, some Lady Savage basketball. I want to thank you for joining us here and viewing here on the Hub Network. We also want to thank our guests tonight. They're Lady Savages and the Savages both face off against the Bears of Noble. And the Lady Savages have been the hot ticket as of lately. They've got a record coming into tonight of 9-3 and finished third at the Verdigris tournament. So, which that was over this past weekend. We had talked about that a little bit, but like I say, they're playing some good basketball right now. Boys on a little bit of a struggle. They're coming in 2-10, but I know Coach Edwards is working to get them back between the lines, if you will, and he's going to come and talk to us a little bit later this evening. So stick around for that. And, it's only been a few days. It's not been, when was it? We were here last.
Well, it was about 10 days ago, I guess,
okay.
on Tuesday of last week. So
yes. So it's time. It's time for some basketball. So sit back and relax, get some popcorn and grab a drink, rather. And as always, you can text me for a shout-out, for feedback, just whatever you want. 405-323-5061. 405-323-5061. Joe, it's good to be here tonight.
Well, it is good to be here. I'm glad you're here, and glad everything's going well. It's a pretty easy setup tonight. Hopefully, things will be looking good, and sure makes such a difference the way we've gotten our setup established here in this gym, and so makes things easy for us. But good night for basketball tonight. Good Friday night basketball.
It is always a good night to be a Savage. Some nights are just better than others.
Well, we hope it's a good night tonight.
Yes, and we're pretty close to getting ready to tip off, and I think we've got the national anthem going. It's not going yet, but they're lining up for it, and that always kind of puts a lump in my throat. I miss football where they carry the flag out on the field, as they come out, but at any rate, you cannot beat the squeak of the gym. So we've got just seconds to go here until we do this.
Home of the Savages. If you would, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your headgear as we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, we're back, and always enjoy that, and it's just about time here, Joe. So what do we know about the Noble Bears?
Well, I know that they're playing us tonight. That's about my extent so far. I didn't get a chance to do much diving into that, but it's probably a good little trip for Noble, isn't it? I don't know how far away that is.
No, it's not far at all.
It's not. Okay.
Just up Highway 9 towards Norman, and then you turn south just right at the edge of Norman, and I don't know, it's 30 minutes max, I would think. And we've got, there's a tie-in between Tecumseh and Noble. The head football coach and assistant athletic director at Noble, Coach George, was here at Tecumseh for a number of years. So, and he has a daughter playing tonight. Her name is Landry George. And I'm not sure, there's a Hayden George also. Not sure if it's the same. But at any rate, that is the Tecumseh tie-in. We've got Savages coming out now. And of course, there's Wilson, one of our favorite hustles. She's plays point guard and kind of interchangeable there with Jockaway. And there's Warden coming out. You know, she had a big game last week, and she may have been the difference maker.
Well, you know, that's she usually is, and when she gets going, she gets hot. It's always a good thing for the Lady Savages, that's for sure.
And those young ladies are followed out by the low post presence, rather, Schweigert and Barry. And you know, Barry's been a tough presence down low. She's kept that lane kind of lonely for the for the opposing offenses this year.
The last game we did here, Barry had a big presence in the first quarter down there, just really shutting down the offense. That was for North Rock Creek last time, and boy, she got the Lady Savages off to a good start just defensively, and that created the offense on the other end. So I think tonight we look for a lot of the same from the Lady Savages down here.
Yeah, she's definitely somebody that the opposing team is going to game plan for, and she's got an inch or two on her opponent that she's getting ready to jump against, tip off against. Barry's tall enough she could hunt geese with a rake.
Well,
and Savages control the tip, and just like that, Jockaway has got the ball.
a little man-on-man defense there from Noble starting off.
Running into the passing lane, and they turned it over.
Well, it's a little bit of pressure. They were getting after him.
And they're going to have to be aware of that for sure.
That first possession, that's a...
They kind of start out sizing each other up and trying to set the tone. And the Bears draw first blood, as a Bear often will, but here come the Savages back up court. Jockaway calling a play. They're still going to pass it around and move it until the defense presents an opportunity. Wilson shoots it from deep and misses it, but Savages control the boards. Get a second chance opportunity. And a shot from Jockaway. I don't think I'm
Pull your mic in just a little bit.
Is that any better? I thought I could hear myself breathing in it just a little bit ago, so I pulled it out there. And they're going to call a foul on Barry there, and that's kind of tough. It's going to be Hayden George, the sophomore, from the line for Noble. She misses her first. And hits her second. Now Savages, here we're loud again. Savages coming up court here, setting up their offense and just trying to establish some rhythm. And Barry goes in for a shot, and I believe she's going to draw a foul. No, that's Schweigert actually draws a foul. And that is the foul committed by number 21, Landry George, and that is Coach George's daughter. So Sammy hits her first. And she's going to hit both of them. Savage is trailing 4-2 right now.
And we're having a little trouble with our school board getting it going here, but we'll get it fixed here in just a minute.
Bears hit another one from outside. That's Rayleigh Steely, number 0. Are we having audio problems also? Do we sound good? Yeah, I can hear it now. Savage is passing the ball around. Schweigert looking for an outlet pass. Finally gets it back up to the top of the key to Jockaway. Down in the lane to Warden, and she has to give it up. Schweigert scoops it up and cleans it up with 2. And Savages are 4 now, trailing by 3. Savages back down court. They've just got to establish their game and establish their dominance. And a middle mistake there by Warden turns the ball over. Steely headed back up court between the rings. Gets it in and kicks it back out. Savages have a chance to tie it up, and tie it up they do, and that was Wilson there hanging on like a cat on a screen door, and she was able to tie the ball up. Possession arrow is pointed toward the Bears, though, so they maintain possession. And from 3 again, and they're going to call that a 2 because her feet was on the line. Bears come out firing hot. Back up court. Savage is just sticking to their game so far. Don't get rattled. Schweigert calling for the ball. And she throws it right to a Bear in the passing lane, and fast break scores 2 for the Bears. And Coach Gentry wants to talk it over. I think a wise timeout. And I can hear Coach Gentry very animated over there, as he should be. And he's got these girls, I think, firing on all cylinders. It's just a matter of maybe adjusting the timing a little bit, Joe. We still have some audio problems. I believe we have video problems. Back up court go the Savages. Worden on the perimeter, passes to Schweigert. Looking for the pass to Wilson. Gets it down low to Jockaway, and she scores. And that's the kind of result you're going to get if you allow your offense to take a little bit of time and pull that defense apart. And it paid off for the Savages, who trail 11-6. Clearly a well-coached Noble team spreading the ball around too, but center drags her pivot foot and turns it over to the Savages. And we've got an official timeout. Yep, there is something on the floor there, so that will take a few seconds. All right, we're back in play now. Schweigert passes it into Jockaway, who is going to bring it up court. And Schweigert plays the 4 position. She's been a very valuable power forward so far for the Savages this year. Jockaway kicks it out to Wilson on the perimeter. Back to Schweigert, and Worden's going to put it up for 3. She's going to be off just a little bit, and the Bears control the board. So Savages have got to hang tough here and see if they can weather this early storm. Which often you see in a basketball game. You know, it's everybody can be tough in the first few minutes. Bears very disciplined, taking their time. It's like Steely controls the tempo, as often the point guard does. They lay it up down low and does not fall. Back up court goes the Savages. Jockaway passing it off to Wilson. Wilson drives it in, kicks it out to Jockaway, who's going to shoot from 3. It looks pretty good, but not good enough. And Wilson ties it up, and the possession error is going to be for the Savages this time. So nice way to save possession. Jockaway falls to the floor with the ball, but passes it up to or passes it back into Schweigert. Worden travels it, or not travels, but probes into the middle and gets a little floater to fall. And Savages are within 3. And I know we've got some video problems, and I know we're working to a reboot. Okay. I don't 100% know what's going on. I get in my own little world there, Joe, so sorry about that. It looks like the Bears have turned it over again. the Savages. Good ball movement by the Savages, and Wilson sinks a three from way downtown. Excellent. I looked over once and saw a blank screen, but I didn't know.
Well, just
Show must go on.
You're working with computers is kind of like working with animals.
That's true enough. Hey, it could be worse. I could be over there doing it. The Bears attempt a shot from the elbow, miss absolutely everything. Back up court goes Savages. Warden has it on the perimeter, back into Barry. And Schweiger sails one from way out, and it misses everything. And Barry going for the rebound, or I'm not even totally sure that wasn't even a pass to Barry, but was unable to reel it in, and as it is, the Bears head back up court with Steely. Another outside shot. Seems like it's sort of growing cold a little bit for the Bears, which the Savages tied up now. So you just got to weather that early storm, and there's often going to be one. Wilson back out on the perimeter looking for the cutter, and there was Warden cutting through there, but she didn't feel like she'd get the pass off, not wanting to turn the ball over. Warden driving in and kicking it out. Pass into Barry and down low. A really nice play to Wilson down low, and she just doesn't get off the shot quick enough. About a half a second too slow.
Great look from Barry, though, cutting across there on the back.
It was.
Across down the back side of the lane there.
And she drew the foul, so, I mean, it's all good. And the first one's good. Or as Danny would say it, good.
Do our Danny Chambers PA impression.
And Emily Gage is going to come in for Warden. Up and bounces in, so she gets both of them. And the Savages on the high side for the first time. I don't know. They just took the Noble score up to 12.
Yeah, I don't
understand
think we're
that.
quite right on that.
I don't either. Well, Savages should be 13. Noble should be 11, I believe. And Barry just right there and takes it away. Savage is coming back up court for the final possession, and I just don't think that score is right. But
I'm going to stick with my score here. It's 13-11 on our screen, so that's
above my pay grade, but I really don't think it's right. From the elbow, Jockaway stops and pops, and that is why she is that's why she is the successful athlete she is, because she got skills to pay the bills out here on the basketball court.
Yes, she does, and that's a good quarter, a good start by the Lady Savages. There they corrected the score to 15-11. That's what we have. So,
well, and I like to see that kind of a quarter because the Savages were down 4 or 5 points at one point. Just hung in there, didn't get rattled, did their thing, and come out of that first quarter up by 4.
Yeah, you like to see them be patient and get their offense set, get things working like they're supposed to. They kind of knocked off any jitters they had this evening, and it's worked out well.
Let's give those Savages let's give them a letter grade on the first quarter. What do you think?
Well, I got to give them a solid B+ on that one because I think they took them just a few minutes to get maybe warmed up, let's say, but once they did, their defense was working and their offense started hitting some shots right away. So I think so. Good.
I think so. I'm a homer, so I'm gonna say A-. I mean, it could have gone a little better, but they didn't get rattled. They just went in and did their thing.
I'm just being objective, I guess.
Well, I'm not. I don't even claim to be. I am not fair and balanced.
A- and a B+. We're pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
I guess if I were going to come home from school and say, hey, I got an A-, I'd rather say A- than I would a B+, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like one number between them, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
So Steely brings the ball in, and let me introduce a couple of those players over there on the far side. Savages are just going to take it away. Warden gets in the passing lane and throws it away, heading down, but Savages maintain possession. Schweiger throws it down low to Warden, and man, off the glass, just rims out a little bit. Bears clear the glass and head back up court, and they're a solid team. Over on the far side, Mackenzie Heek, senior, seemed like she and Steely kind of control the tempo. Also, Callie Abernathy, a freshman. And Savages, they've got that zone defense in working order, and it's just not allowing for much. Warden gets in the passing lane and takes it down and lays it up soft, a little too soft, but Jockaway clears the board.
Well, you'd think, wow.
And she's scrapping down low like she's fighting rattlesnakes. Just like that, kicks it out to Wilson and sinks one for three, and Savages on top by 7.
Take that shot in today. I thought the whistle was going to blow while she was down inside the lane, but she smartly kicked it right back out to the open person, and they nailed the shot.
You know, and so much, and we talk about this in football a little bit, but it's you know, we talk about their physical skills, their talent, but their eyes. You've got to be smart too. You can't just be talented and not so smart. So she was sharp enough to kick it back out, and Wilson was like, "Hey, I got it." So we got Steely and Heek bringing it up court for the Bears. Savages have that 3-2 or 1-2-2 zone set up. Just depends on how you want to look at it. Managed to get it almost to the inside, and Savages all over them like a cheap suit, and throws it away. Wilson takes it up court, but she doesn't get the pass into the passing lane. Back up goes, that's Heek, and she lays it in.
A little transition basketball there. Savages came up short that time down the court, but good effort, though. Hustling back, and they really had numbers, I think, that last time.
They did. It just got a little crowded down there, and that is none other than Warden.
Warden, nice play on the inside. Nice spin move back to the inside to get that bucket.
She does what she does.
Oh, that's a little over the back, I think.
Yes, it was.
I was going to say, you know, the Lady Savages really have a tight zone going down there, not letting anything really come inside.
No, I mean they've almost got in a time or two, and they just tighten down on them and just really just kind of pinch them back out, and that's going to win a lot of ball games for them. Schweigert up the top of the key. Now she's going to rotate, and they're on Wilson a little bit. That was Steely. Jockaway at the top of the key, and middle mistake there by Wilson.
A little too predictable on that pass.
A little bit. Heek takes it up and puts it in. Now Danny's saying Heeky. I'm going to say Heek. I'm not totally sure. There is an E at the end of it. Savages leading by 5, 20-15. Wilson puts it up from deep. I mean, she shoots that from just the south side of Meeker, and it goes in for 3.
I didn't bring my Atlas tonight either.
We're going to have to get you one.
Yeah.
Hang it up right on the front of the board, you know, the lid up there, and quick reference.
Start charting 3-point shots from all these towns.
We should. And Wilson commits the foul, so interesting little inbounds play there by the Noble Bears. And it worked. That was kind of that's pretty clever. Simple but clever. You know, that's what people say about me sometimes.
Yeah, simple but clever.
Yeah.
Simple but clever.
That's right.
Whatever works, Jeff. That's, I mean, you know.
Hey, it works.
That's the best thing, right?
I've been called a lot worse. And there was Warden sinking 3. I'm telling you, she shot that from like over here at Asher.
I tell you, she's on a streak. And
Yes, she is.
finding the bottom of the net.
It's just almost too easy. Savages open up a 9-point lead, and they're just not allowing the Bears in the lane at all.
That's going to be another turnover on the Bears there. Is that a walk picked up?
Well, there was the ball got
kick
ball. And Sadie Boatman's in. Sammy's going to take a rest. But Abernathy throws into Steely. And if you watch them, they just cannot penetrate the lane at all. So she shoots it from way out there, and it's going to be a little short, clearly outside her range.
Barry right there on that rebound.
Yes.
Well, I was getting ready to say that, you know, you can see the difference in the defense for Noble and the defense for the Lady Savages. On offense, the Lady Savages they're playing that man-to-man, but they're making a move, and they're opening that lane wide open. They have just collapsed. The Lady Savages just collapsed into the lane over here, and they're just nothing.
I don't think a zone defense would be effective against the Savages the way they're shooting from the outside right now.
Well, that's certainly going to open that back up, but the ball movement is good for the Lady Savages too.
They're doing it right from the get-go tonight. As like I say, they started off doing the right thing and a few mental mistakes, but so far they've stayed in their game and not let the Bears get in their head at all. Trying to press a little bit in this.
Oh, wow.
And one, yes.
Wow.
And that right there is what you like to see out of the smaller, faster players. And I tell you what, Wilson and Jockaway both, they're gonna get theirs or know the reason why.
They're just some nights you're finding the bottom of the bucket no matter what happens, and that was one of those shots. I mean, she threw it up and in it went.
And hits her free throw. Old-fashioned three-point play. Savages lead 29-17. And right now, Joe, the Bears are the ones getting mauled. Just kind of taking their time there. I mean, there's still almost 3 minutes to go in the half, but not excited about trying to penetrate that zone defense. They're going to shoot it from the top of the key, and that one looked good, and it went in.
That was a good shot.
So a nice three-point play there, or shot there, rather, by Mackenzie Heek. Nice everything except for the finish there. Jockaway shot it from the elbow, or from the, well, really just from the elbow there, and it does not fall. That long pass from side to side across the court drew the defense apart. She had a good look. I think you see some frustrated Bears already because they're not being real aggressive down there because they're going to have to shoot it from the outside.
I think they say the way to stop a Bear attack is to play a tight 2-3 zone is what I'd say.
It's exactly what, yeah.
I think they normally say lay down and play dead, but I think 2-3
Savages
zone.
have got another idea about that. And nifty little play there by Jockaway, dribbled it behind her back and sort of a little shovel pass down low to Barry. Didn't have an opportunity to shoot, so she kicked it back out. And Schweiger Boatman rather, got slapped on the arm there at the free throw line. Did not get the foul call.
I think the only reason that Noble Bears are sticking with the man-to-man is just to try to shut down the outside shooting a little bit and put pressure on the passing lanes, but it's not really.
And then you get that. No, you're right. But then you now take Barry, and she's going to burn you down.
You take the chance of getting beat on the pick and roll or the cut to the basket. And that's exactly what happened right there.
Yes. Just a little stop and pop for the Bears there. Falls incomplete, or rims out, rather. 18 seconds. The Savages will likely try to take the last shot, or at least the best shot. Jockaway is top of the key, directing traffic. Now off to Warden.
Oh, good look.
And right back to her. That's the hustle you get, and heck of a nice quarter. I can't fault them anymore. The second quarter was a better quarter than the first one was, I think.
Well, they did good. I'll even go A- or maybe A+, A on that one.
I'm just going to go flat A. You going to go an A?
I'll go an A, yeah. I'll agree with you there.
Okay.
I'm going to learn to bump it up a half point just because I'm not from Tecumseh. So see, I'm a quick learner though.
I'm perpetually grading on the curve.
That's all right.
Yeah.
No, a good start to the first half for the Lady Savages, and I think you can't ask for a better start from Coach Gentry out here encouraging those girls to get going, and they came out really got warmed up pretty quick and off to the races. So.
Well, it was pretty quick to business, just do what you do kind of thing. And we've got a special guest here, and I have talked to Coach Edwards once or twice before, and they're going to bring the camera around here in a minute. I think they don't have to if they don't want to, but keep in mind, although I am short, I'm standing about a foot shorter than Coach Edwards here. But, Coach, glad to have you here. And do we have him on? All right. Well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Talk to us a little bit about this boys team that has struggled a little bit this year. Just kind of tell us what's going on with them and what we're trying to do to get the ship back maybe just in the lane like it needs to be.
Yeah, we had a pretty tough schedule earlier in the season. Opened up at Tuttle, at Prague, Ada home, Bethel first round tournament. And, been without Jace Edwards until after Christmas break. He broke a bone in his foot.
Yeah.
I guess he was in walking boot for about 5 weeks, and he just came out of it about 10 days ago now. He's been on some minute restrictions, so he should be off restrictions this week here. So we're just trying to figure things out. Got a bunch of young kids playing. Brady Overstreet's the only one that got any varsity experience for this year. So we're still trying to figure things out.
Well, now you mentioned Brady Overstreet. Now, I know he's a senior. Some of these kids I don't know as well as others, but now how old is your team overall? Is he the only senior you have? Or?
Kenny Hatcher's the other senior. He's coming off an ACL surgery from last year. He sat out all last year.
Now, he's fun to watch.
Yeah,
I've had players like him before. If you need a quick foul, he can get out there and do it.
Yeah.
So a lot of hustle and fun to watch. So tell us a little bit about what we're facing tonight against the Bears. I know nothing of the Noble Bears basketball program. So
they're going to get up in your face, play a lot of defense, trap a lot, and shoot a lot of threes. They like to get up and down the court. The coach does a good job. He came over from Midwest City. He was there about 15 years and brought that same style to Noble.
Yeah. So are you going to see them? They run like a zone? Are they going to get out in transition defense?
They mix it up. They're going to zone press you, man, full court run and jump. Throw a little 2-3 zone at you, a little 1-3-1. And they like to mix it up, get out in transition, shoot a lot of threes. They run dribble drive on offense, similar to us, looking to make the kick. They're going to put up a bunch of threes.
Got to be ready for it. Yeah. So, sometimes it starts off in the girls' game didn't start off quite like they wanted it to. Coach called a quick timeout. What are the kind of things you say when you pull them in? Things aren't going the way you want to. I mean, tell me how you encourage these guys. You get them in. Maybe they've opened up a 2 or 3 or 4 shot run there.
Yeah, we just try to
handle that.
Regather ourselves, our basics, what our game plan was for that game, taking care of business, make some small adjustments. Normally in timeouts like that when somebody making a run, try to make the right adjustments that we wasn't doing what we're supposed to be doing, and all it gets set, get us a bucket, get on the board.
Got to control that momentum.
Yes, sir.
Coach, just I'll jump in here real quick. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with, the bigger picture. Let's get up to 30,000 feet here and kind of look at the whole thing, kind of developing the program, who you've got coming, behind these guys, and what we're looking for in the years to come with Tecumseh basketball here.
Finally, we got a couple classes back to back. Last year we had a big senior group, and then this senior group this year only got 2 seniors, and they just haven't played a whole lot of basketball. So hopefully now we got 6 juniors on the team that's been playing since freshman. We got 6 sophomores been playing since junior high and high school. They haven't quit. We got another good freshman bunch behind them. So we're finally starting to, like I say, stack some classes. We're not relying on some underclassmen every year to step in and contribute. Hopefully we'll have juniors and seniors every year on the court ready to contribute.
But regardless, they're getting play under the lights every week, even the younger guys, and that's going to pay off in years to come. So you're really trying to mold them and push them towards that way. Although there's a lot of season left to go this year, obviously, but it still can get on a streak here and do some damage. But really, it's about developing those for the long term. And as a high school coach, gosh, you've got to do that all the time, don't you?
Yes, you're always developing your program, looking for the long run down there. Your JV program's a good start. Those kids get minutes as freshmen and sophomores in JV, and by the time they get to be juniors, they'll be ready to step in and replace that senior class that graduated before them. That's what we're looking for long term.
Very good, very good.
Last question here, Coach. I played basketball years ago. It was right after the ball became round. It was square when I first started playing, but they come up with the round ball. And I hated running suicides. How many suicides these guys running in practice?
Well, let's just say Wednesday we didn't pick up basketball during practice, so we had to come in Thursday morning to practice.
That's what I like to hear. You know, if kids ain't throwing up once in a while, you ain't practicing hard enough.
Yeah, we got to be in shape, and, you know, there's consequences when you're not very self-disciplined. We haven't been very self-disciplined lately, so we got to have discipline one way or another.
Absolutely. Coach, I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, and good luck to you tonight. Go Savages.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Well, that Coach Gentry out there. Hey, while we got just a minute here at halftime, we'll talk about our sponsors a little bit. Appreciate Citizens Potawatomi Nation. Of course, they're a huge community support around here. And Ralph's Pharmacy. I wanted to mention Ralph's Pharmacy tonight. You know, talk about them a little bit. The first guys I ever went to in town to support this, and they were an immediate yes. Ralph's Pharmacy. So I know I'm on here. Yeah. So sponsors. Talking about sponsors here. Gilbert. Tag agency and insurance down there. Gilbert, Suzanne, and Randy, they do a lot for this community too. Appreciate them.
Yeah, love those guys.
Just a lot. It was on we got your graphic going tonight.
Yeah,
Jeff,
it's good looking,
a little bit about that. Yeah, good looking graphic. Tax services, and it's that time of year.
Yeah, it's just getting ready to. It hasn't hit real hard yet, but sometime in the next 2 or 3 days, we'll be there most of the day Wednesday, but sometime in the next 2 or 3 days, it's just going to be hair, teeth, and eyeballs. And, you know, you see the graphic there. I hope some of you have caught it there. And, you know, we can do anything at all that the big guys can do, but it's just not going to cost you as much. We can do the quick refunds, and, you know, if you have a refund coming, there's no money up front. And we'll generally do your return while you're sitting there with us. Probably 95% of the time we will. And I will tell people, 95% of the time, you're going to walk out with more money than you will going to, you know, some of the big places, the loan companies, whatever. They're going to hook you hard, and you're going to wind up with a lot of times $200 or $300 more bucks walking out of my office with the exact same refund. But we're not going to try to take advantage of you.
Well, I think when it comes to paying taxes in the government, nobody wants to be taking advantage of there. That's for sure. I can tell you.
Well, you know, the government spends it on some silly stuff, and there's no need for me to do the same. So I'm gonna go easy on you.
Yeah, that extra $200 ain't gonna buy a toilet seat on an airplane, is it? So
no, it will not. But it'll buy you a couple dozen eggs.
Yeah, yeah, it would. Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, we want to talk about a few of the others. Todd Colburn, his insurance agency down there. Todd, little office, big welcome. That's his motto and slogan down there, and you won't find a friendlier place to go into and talk to that guy. He's a great guy, and I enjoy slipping in there and talking to him.
Oh, yeah, good guys. I've got an insurance policy there right now, and they will totally take care of you.
He's a good guy, and so there's a lot of we missed you. We're going to get to the rest of those here. You can see some of them pop up here. Hard hat, safety and glove. They're kind of a safety supplier, kind of for the area. So they have offices down in Oklahoma City, up in Tulsa. You can get tools and equipment and safety equipment wherever you need it. Give them a call. And
now, where are they located?
They're actually located in Oklahoma City and Tulsa.
They're mobile, though? They run routes?
They are. They take care of a lot of the rural areas and all that kind of stuff. So if you're working on a pipeline or something out here rurally, they're going to get the stuff out to you that you need. So
keep OSHA off your back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They help do that. Nobody wants that on their back either. So. But all of these sponsors, just want to tell you guys that let them know that you guys appreciate them. Immediate Care right here in Tecumseh is a huge sponsor for us too. We appreciate them, and they provide some needed health care services right here in Tecumseh. Don't have to go into the big city to get taken care of. You can get it done right here and get it done locally. So Brian Showery with Farmers Insurance down there. I appreciate Brian and his support in the past too. Berkshire Hathaway. Terry O'Rourke down there, real estate, Benchmark Realty. He and Pam do a great job, and they are big supporters, of course, in this community. I think Terry was on the school board at one time a couple years ago.
Well, he's been around forever.
Yes, yeah, and so a lot of people know him. Stop in there and tell him that you appreciate their support of the Hub Network and bringing these games to you. And Jeff, we appreciate you. Jeff, he got hooked in here for basketball season, and we're glad to have him. And it's a great addition to our team. So thanks for doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate being here, and I love basketball. I told you I was watching way back in the day when Magic Johnson was actually fairly young. So that makes me old.
Oh yeah, we talked about the fact that you were a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. God love him. My dad was a Celtics fan, and I watch Larry Bird now, highlight reels and stuff. And that man was a machine. But I just wouldn't have any of it. You know, Dad's a fan of one. You got to be a fan of the other. Create that in-house rivalry, I guess. But
Well, I guess that's the way it goes. But
yeah.
Well, already time for the second half. Good interview, though, with Coach Edwards.
Yeah, I thought so. Glad he got to come over, and I hope to get to talk to him more as the season progresses chronologically and for the Savages. The Savages are going to start this second half here with possession, and I hope that they can have a big third quarter like we have seen them do before. Get it down low to Barry, and Warden comes cutting in, and it's going to be out to the Bears. Just she cuts through that traffic there. She fears nothing, and the pass just did not get quite through the trees like it should have.
Well, the Bears need to get something going quick here in the third quarter to kind of level this out a little bit for them. But Savages, again, tight defense. They're collapsing way down low. Just not giving the Bears anywhere to go, really, with the ball.
You know, interesting fact about Bears, Joe?
Yeah.
If they put on socks and they put on shoes,
yeah,
they still have bare feet.
Of course they do. Did you look that one up in the Dad's Bad Joke book? What was that on?
Yeah, I saw a commercial the other day. Said this guy had resting dad face, and we've decided that that's what I have. And every day I enjoy those a little bit more. But that just comes from the card catalog of dad jokes. Savages bring it back in, and long pass over on the outside to Warden, and she's going to pick up right where she left off.
If you've got the hot hand, you've got the hot hand.
She does. Check out what the girls on the bench over there do next time they. I just caught it as they were sitting down. They've got some type of. I don't know. Let's check it out. Back down the other end, Savages not allowing anybody in, and just that shot from the elbow there. It's not going to fall.
One and done on the shot.
Oh yeah, Warden can stop and pop.
Oh, nice.
And Barry cleans up.
I'm going to tell you. Good hustle to get down there and get in position for that shot and that rebound and put back.
Well, it is. Awesome. I mean, you know, the ladies or gentlemen that play number 5 don't always get down there that fast, and man, she's hustles just with 1 and 2. And from way outside there was Schweigert, and Savages get a fourth attempt there, and it does not fall. But, you know, when Reagan Berry was standing there after that rebound sort of tip drill there was nobody else that was going to get it, and she didn't let them.
She had great position and good hustle. That paid off a lot that time.
It did.
A rare second opportunity for the Noble.
Yeah, it was, and really, that was a nice shot there. But that second opportunity was a result of a uncharacteristic lack of hustle there, because that was the opportunity presented itself to Savages to reel that one in. Down to Barry down low, and she misses her shot too. Now the Bears clear the board, and Savages force them out, but it's off of the Savages, so the Bears are going to have the ball.
Well, that time Barry challenged a little bit on the inside when she turned to take that shot. I think it kind of surprised her, actually. She hadn't had much of that yet.
Steely and Heat bring it up court. No, she doesn't. She hadn't had a whole lot of challenge tonight. Savage is still on top by 14. Just a little turnaround, short-range jumper there, falls for the Bears.
Again, good position leads to good things, and that was a good.
And that is out off of the Savages. Obviously he had a better vantage point than I did, but didn't look like it. Shot from the top of the key goes about halfway down and comes back out. Attempt by Eek. Back up court goes Jockaway. Down low to Warden, and she puts it in.
That was a good-looking little turnaround jumper right there, little 8-footer.
Yes, and, typically Warden plays that 3 position, but she'll get down there in the trees right there in the front court and fight just as hard as any 4 or 5 will.
She did a good job feeling that defender right on her hip. She just stepped back and popped it in. Nice touch. Good defense there.
Yes, it was. Back up court go the Savages, and I thought it was a rare opportunity for the Bears to get it into the lane, and Savages latched on so quick, it was a very poor shot.
Nice.
Barry sticks it back down low to Warden, and she misses, but she draws the foul.
You know what I liked about that? The Warden getting the position when that pass came in. She just took the position right on in towards the basket, exactly like the way you're supposed to do it, and it just didn't get the shot to fall. But nice position.
The first shot falls. She shot that just like she had plotted that out in her mind 2 or 3 possessions back.
Absolutely.
And that one kind of spins out. A little bit of English on the ball there, proves unsuccessful on that second free throw attempt. Savages on top by 15, 39-24. And the Bears just having a heck of a time getting it into the lane.
So the Lady Savages have mixed it up on defense now, a little more man-on-man.
Yeah.
Putting a little pressure on the ball, mixing it up a little bit.
And they're going to call a foul on Barry there, and she's kind of giving that look like I always enjoy, like, what? Me? Foul? Are you serious?
Really, it's been a pretty clean game so far.
It really has.
Oh.
And that was just a nice play all the way around by the senior, Eek.
That's what you get on those out-of-bounds plays. A couple of times Lady Bears have been on it when you come in from out-of-bounds. They obviously work on those quite a bit, and they execute them very well.
Yes, they do. Jockaway over here on the outside, and she tried to get it into Warden. Eek got in the passing lane. She's kind of, one of the leaders of this team being the senior.
She's trying to bring some energy right now to the team. She's putting on the hustle. And another one and out, one and done for the Lady Bears.
Down low to Boatman, and she just didn't have a good enough angle. Kicks it out to Bear, who double dribbles.
Tough call there. Looked like maybe that was kind of stripped out of her hand a little, or just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think she had good control of it from the get-go, and we do have timeout Bears.
Timeout on the floor. Timeout taken by Noble. It's on 30-second timeout.
So Savages on top. It's been all Savages, up by 13 most of the way through this third quarter. We got a couple minutes left.
Again, I think, the Lady Savages really working as a team as they have been most of this year, and the record reflects it because this starting 5 they have on the floor, is a pretty hard first starting team to get a handle on. You got Barry and Warden and Jockaway out there. There's a lot going on, a lot of ball movement, a lot of cutting to the basket, a lot of open shots, and a lot of good shooters, really.
They really are, and, so far, from my vantage point, this has been the most complete game up through the third quarter that I've seen out of the Lady Savages, and they've played well every time I've seen them. But this is they've not let up much. Just very, very few mental mistakes, and I expect to see them get better as the season goes on even.
I think if you're Coach Gentry, you're thinking it's mid-season here, for these Lady Savages, and it looks like it. We don't look like we've got the beginning of the year wiped off, and we're working like a well-oiled machine now, and I think that's good news for the Lady Savages.
It is. And kind of a flat little shot there down low. It falls, and these Bears, these Lady Bears, are not going to go away quietly.
Oh, a rare shot, even from that close. Bears haven't gotten much of that tonight.
And
nice.
Yep, that just misses everything. On the third attempt, Barry's gets a little bit of a block there. He misses everything.
Call a block on that one.
Yes. That was on Boatman. Her first shot rims out.
A pretty typical call down there on that part of the court, because if you're on the baseline trying to defend that, you're going to get that called against you quite often.
Misses both of them, so the foul pays off. Savages got a minute left in this third quarter. And Warden shoots from outside. Barry pulls it back down twice, and on her third attempt, cleans it up and scores 2.
I tell you, you're going to have a hard time beating a team if you keep giving them 3 and 4 shots
Yes.
every time down the court.
Yes. From way outside, and that one kind of flirts with the net, comes back out, and Savages clear the board. Jockaway looks like she's waiting for the last shot there.
A good third quarter here so far by the Lady Savages, and that just puts the icing on the cake.
And another one by Barry, and that is 3 here in T-Town. Savages are going to lead by 15 points.
Well, another complete quarter, I would say, for the Lady Savages. The only fault I could make any deductions for in this quarter, Jeff, would be the Lady Bears got a couple of shots inside, which they haven't gotten in the whole first half.
Yeah, the defense may have loosened up just a little bit there. You know, it's tough. It's tough to improve on those first 2 quarters. I mean, seriously.
It is. And
how much would we have liked that third quarter if we hadn't seen the first 2?
Absolutely. Well, the only difference there, I think, is when they went to man-to-man, so that does soften up the defense a little bit in the middle, you know, so you can't – no blame to be given there, but, I mean, gosh, if that's the only thing you can find in a quarter of play and you're still up 15, well, you're
Yes.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
Yeah, you absolutely are. I don't know. I'm going to have to say – I'm going to say A- again. I don't know. It's arbitrary.
Oh.
What do you think?
I'm going to go ahead and give them an A.
A?
See, you've loosened me up a little bit now. Well, I think the third quarter is one of the most important quarters in any game, because you're coming out of halftime. You've seen the whole first half. You've made adjustments based on that, and you got to stiffen up in the third quarter and kind of play your game even better. So.
Yeah, that's where you've got to set the tone there. Now, Wilson, foul called on her. Interesting. Officials kind of demonstrative when he made that foul call. That was thrown in by Callie Abernathy, the freshman.
Trying a little pick and roll there. Wasn't very clean, though.
Yeah. Freshman. And just like that, turns over to the Savages. Jockaway's pocket picked a little bit there, turns it over to the Bears. And Steele comes down in kind of a little reverse layup and puts it in nice.
Good defense, but a better shot that time.
Not a time to let up.
No, we need to keep the foot on the gas here. Oh, had a cutter behind her.
Yes, but how do you like that? How sweet it is. Warden just doing Warden stuff.
Nope. Just as soon as I think the scoreboard's right, I had it right.
And freshman takes a spill there, and they're going to call foul on Lady Savages. I mean, it may have been, but the flop always helps. Just ask LeBron James.
A little bit of acting.
Yeah. Bears get it in, don't score on the inbound play this time. Back up the top of the key to the freshman, and down low, and I heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to complain about that, but I heard it. That was Landry Decker.
But in the sense that the ball did not go in, they didn't get the and one. You're not going to get a three-point play out of it. And if they don't make the free throws, it's a great foul.
It is. That was on Schweigert, and that's like, what, her second foul? First throw does not, shot doesn't fall.
Yeah, definitely some fouls to give here in this fourth quarter. Again, been pretty clean game, so.
Second one goes. So really, foul's worth the money there. Savages lead by 15, and I believe Coach Gentry called the timeout there.
Apologize for the ads. Doggone it. My mistake again.
So if you'll look here, I like to watch Coach Gentry in the timeouts. He knows his stuff, and, you know, it's going to be fun to watch him in his tenure here at Tecumseh. See, and I see, and I'm looking, is that Warden there that's, no, that, one of the girls, you know, participating in the timeout there, that was actually Sammy Schweigert.
Oh, nice.
And again, Warden just doing what Warden does. Very impressive.
Found herself under the basket and made lemonade out of that lemon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice block there by Sammy. Back up court goes Wilson.
Nice feed.
Down low again to Warden, and she's going to take what she wants.
She did everything right there. She caught the ball first and then found herself and put it in the bucket.
She is a machine. Bears just taking their time trying to get that dribble penetration, which is hard to get. Savages aren't having any of it. Shot falls short. And Jockaway brings it back up court and throws it away. We've got numbers down here. And still misses the layup. And I think they called a foul on Schweigert.
They did, and she got her a little bit with the body that time, leaning into her, trying to block that shot.
He's saying Hickey, but I'm just going with Heek. So one of the shots fall. They're going to try some full court press.
Oh.
Berry's down low and did not get the opportunity to make that shot. But she took that one. Savage is up by 19.
Just good hustle to stay after that, keep fighting.
Never give up on a play, and obviously they've been taught not to. This is a very well-coached, mature group of ladies out here tonight.
Well, the score reflects the fact that they've had their heads in the game and been executing very well, offensively and defensively all night long.
Berry didn't have anybody to pass it off to, drove it back in herself. Shot spun out just a little bit. And a long pass was not reeled in out to the Savages. And I think we got a timeout Bears here.
I tell you, I'm always watching the 5 position, and I just, you know, on this Lady Savage team, I think Barry just does a great job in that position all the way around. I mean, she's a good defensive presence. And really, when she gets the ball on offense, she's not just looking for the quick shot. She's looking for the cutter. She's looking for the way to get that back door to work in there. She's a very good team player, I think, all the way around.
You know, you're exactly right. I agree with you. You've almost got 3 girls down there, 3, 4, and 5, that can almost play the 5. You know, it's almost like you've got 2 1s and 3 5s.
You're right.
You know, and
it's kind of tough to defend when you have that.
It is. It is. You know, Warden's certainly not the biggest, and I think, you know, size and body type, she fits right there in that 3 position. But, man, she's not afraid at all, and she's going to get her points down low if she chooses.
Well, and I see, you know, because of that, I see a lot of balance on the Lady Savage team. When, you know, when one player's got the hot hand, we go to that until it kind of dries up, and then we go to the next one that's got the hot hand. So they can complement each other.
They really do.
Support each other. So.
They really do. Notice how nicely they got it down court there amidst some full court pressure. And Warden, I mean, that was everything but the finish there.
A good look. She got a little pressure on that shot, but
a little stop and pop. And that is out of bounds to the Bears.
well, I don't know how many possessions tonight have been one shot and done down here for the Noble Lady Bears. I mean, that's where the boards for Tecumseh have been outstanding.
Yeah, they have absolutely smothered the Bears.
Oh.
And Warden draws the foul.
Did that one go?
No.
Warden probably just a little too far into the bucket that time.
First one goes in. And second one goes in just like you knew it would. Savage is on top 21 now. And, you know, 1 and 2 for Tecumseh. I'm kind of, you know, I enjoy watching the small ball in the 1 and 2 positions, and both of those girls are just tough as boot leather.
I mean, they're great athletes. I mean, Jack Wade's.
Well, yeah, and they have no fear whatsoever. It just does not register, and that makes it tough also.
Well, that's another good point about this team. When you need the energy of that position to step up, I mean, Jack Wade, she does a great job of bringing that offensively and defensively too. And tonight she doesn't have to fill that role quite as much because of the lead. But
well, it's like you say though, you've got a different star every night, and you know you could probably make a case for any one of them. It's been a balanced game tonight.
There's no doubt, and the inside game has handled it tonight. But you know, other nights, of course, Warden, you know, a few 3-pointers there in the middle of this game, second and third quarter, to help extend that lead out there. So that takes a lot of pressure off of your other players.
Watch them swinging around, and I'm not 100% sure what that was.
A rare rebound. Oh, they don't.
Savages took it away. Schweiger brings it back up court.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of this game has just been, you know, the Lady Savages out hustling the Lady Bears tonight. They've just done a good job.
Well, it is. It is, but it's, you know, it's very methodical and really very businesslike.
You're right. A lot of good execution going on. They're patient down now that they're trying to eat some of the clock here a little bit and taking their time, trying to get the shot they want. 21-point lead or a 19-point lead. You can do that.
Yes, you can. We've got some reserves getting ready to come in for the Savages, and I will try my very best to tell you who all of them are. We have got number 2, Chloe Stevenson, getting ready to come in. I'm trying to read their numbers. We've got 24. Lila Meek's going to come in. Peaky at the line. Okay, now we also have Alicia Permiter coming in. Katie Overstreet. I believe I got all of them. Nope. And there is Kira Stalin, maybe. Second free throw does not fall. You might say Hickey is streaky with her shooting. Back down court go the Savages. These reserves coming in, playing the same type of ball that the starters played, and that's just a well-coached team. Now we do have a Hickey gets in the, or not Steely rather, gets in the passing lane. Savages are going to wrap up here with a very solid W tonight, though. Right now they lead 54-38.
Well, it's just been a pretty dominant performance all the way through each quarter. And really the only thing we've probably said is that they just took a little bit to warm up a little bit. The rest of the game,
well,
other than the first 2 or 3 minutes, this game has been well in control.
But they were even when they're taking a few minutes to warm up, it seemed like they were playing their game, but they were just just still kind of idling cold there. The heater was not blowing out warm air yet, and a 3 by one of the reserves, and you got to love that. That was
off the bench
Alicia Permiter, yeah. That flat got the attention of everybody in the building.
That's always a good confidence builder when you can come in off the bench and drain.
It is. It is. First shot falls. Second one's a miss. We've got 24 seconds. The Bears clear the board, so still down on the Bear end of the floor. And that's just about going to be it. They get one last shot, does not fall. Savages clear the board, get it taken away. And that is all she wrote, signed, sealed, and delivered. Big W tonight by the Lady Savages, 18-point victory.
It was a great complete victory there by the Lady Savages, and you can't really give them anything but tell them they did a great job. I'll give them an A, maybe an A+ for just playing good team ball tonight.
Yeah, no, I probably agree with you on that. But I mean, you just can't fault them. You look for places, and you just cannot do it on this performance tonight. And I'm gonna share these grades with the coach and see what. Let's see if he agrees with us or not.
All right. Let's we'll take a commercial break here. We haven't taken too many of those this year, but we're going to take a couple. Watch Cowboys Plumbing, maybe Immediate Care. Cowboys Plumbing is another good sponsor of ours. We appreciate them. And this is a commercial that we made specifically for their business right here in Tecumseh. So take a look at this, and we'll be back in just a few minutes on the Hub Network.
perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, Most Valuable Player Football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Little office with a big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, Most Valuable Player Football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Little office with a big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, Most Valuable Player Football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Little office with a big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, Most Valuable Player Football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Hello, with a big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome back to Tecumseh. We're getting ready to tip off some men's Savage basketball action here, but while we do, and we're expecting to talk to Coach Gentry at halftime, but wow, what a Lady Savages game tonight. They have reached a certain stage of just total basketball creaminess, and they're a lot of fun to watch, Joe.
Sorry to have my mic on. Yes, they are. They have been very good to watch, and just an all-around team effort, I think, by the Lady Savages. Again, like we said, very balanced. When one's having an off night, somebody else picks up the slack, and that's just good teamwork out there. I mean, they just play good, solid team defense and good, solid offense.
When you have a group like that, that's really special. It's just even all the way across from 1 up through 5, and really, he rotated. He rotated 11, 12 girls tonight. I think everybody got in.
Well, he did. Even the freshman gets a three-point shot there. I'm not sure who that was again, but
that was Perimeter.
Comes in off the bench and hits a three.
Rips a tray. And you can't beat that. And that's exciting, and that's what keeps you fighting for more playing time. And those girls, man, they're an impressive squad. Now we've got we talked to the Coach Edwards, the men's coach, just a little bit ago, right before tip-off, and if you listen to him, I think the best is yet to come from these boys.
Absolutely, and
some early injuries.
Yeah, they've got some young players here. They're kind of in a little upside down as far as their varsity, their senior players. Not many seniors on the team. They've got a lot of underclassmen that are coming up through the ranks, and that'll continue to develop in the next year or two, as these guys get some more playing time and get a chance to gel a little more as a team.
Yeah, it does, and that's pretty exciting too, because when you get extra time to work with a group of young men like this, it usually gets pretty special. Now we're getting ready for the starting 5, and of course they will announce or introduce rather the Bears first. Let me flip through to this roster here.
Well, I think, Coach Edwards talked a lot about, a lot of injuries that have happened to key players. They had, right at the end of December, going into this part of the year. So kind of a tough start, obviously, for the Savages in transitioning over to basketball. But now you're in the middle of the season. It's time to turn it on. It's time to get everything on track. And we'll see if they can do that, get started that way tonight.
It absolutely is. And you don't want to hit your stride too early.
I think we've taken care of that part of it. So
Yeah, early's gone and no stride.
Early's gone, no stride.
But,
So let's start it going. I mean, you've got to start right now. You know, with changing the attitude and the atmosphere here for men's basketball at Tecumseh.
Well, I tell you what, if you're a youngster playing varsity basketball, honestly, there's no better motivation than watching these Lady Savages.
Absolutely.
Mr. Brady Overstreet. Cohen Warden. Junior Jace Edwards. Marquand Crush. And we got Kenny Hatcher coming out. You notice there's 3 different starters than we've seen the first 2 games that we've watched.
Well, you're right. Hatcher's usually off the bench somewhere in the late in the first quarter, late in the second quarter, something like that. But he's starting tonight. So.
Well, Coach Edwards talked about he had just recovered from, he had limited minutes, and he recovered from an ACL surgery. I think ACL, was that what it was?
I think you're right, yes. And that does take a while to recover from. I mean, you can't just come back 100%. You've got to work back into it a little bit.
And we've got Crush jumping. I did not see what happened there. Did you catch that, Joe?
I did not. I was watching.
The Savages had the ball when he blew the whistle, only for the Savages to take it out again. And the Bears all over them and turned it over and turned it back over to the Savages. So a little bit of a free-for-all there. Now we've got a true freshman bringing the ball up court, and he needs help. Wound up getting a traveling call, and needs to be more heads up by his teammates. He's got to have some help.
Now they've got to recognize that press and get the ball to the middle and not get trapped over there on the side where you get in trouble.
Well, Overstreet's a senior, and his leadership should bring him over into those situations. Savages set up with a 3-2 zone. And Bears put up the first shot from the outside. It is off. Another one from way out, and it's in. So the Bears, again, draw first blood here tonight.
Well, Coach Edwards said to expect a little bit of transitional ball and a lot of outside shots, and that was one of them. So you know they're going to be hot or try to get hot from the outside.
Overstreet shoots first.
He was on the line.
Out, yeah. And he tried to bounce it off, a little playground ball there, tried to bounce it off of Hatcher. Overstreet throws in.
Nope.
And just gets taken away from Hatcher there. And Bear lays it in. And let's see, who do we have on that layup there? That is number 12. He's a big-bodied guy, Colin Fisher.
Oh, boy.
It sounds tough. Up from outside, goes halfway down and comes out. That was Jace Edwards there on the shot. Well, 2-3 or 2-1-2 perhaps at times. And out off of the freshman Warden.
Well, you know, if you're starting as a freshman out here for the Savages, that's going to be good going down the stretch in a couple of years. You're going to get a lot of good playing time.
Well, it is, and we've seen him a few times already this year. I'm not sure, obviously we'll never know why he got to start tonight or didn't get it the other night. But he's certainly shown something that Coach Edwards likes.
A little on the back there. Let's see if they can do a little more with this press and break this. And maybe get some numbers.
Well, I always told my guys in Little League, if they get full court press, they better travel in pairs. And Overstreet, even being the senior, could use a little bit of help up there. You got to travel in pairs, use the buddy system, and you'll be all right getting up court. Shot rims out. Attempt by Overstreet. Back up court go the the Bears.
Well, you've got to start. You got to start on the offensive boards there. If you're putting up shots and not going in, you got to get 2 or 3 till you get warm. And the Savages are going to have to do that, block out, and start taking control of that on their end.
Yes. So Warden ties it up, and the arrow goes to the Bears. Shot attempt from way outside. It's a little short also. Hatcher gets the rebound and the foul, or draws the foul rather. And that was on 22. Noah Golish. Nice dribble penetration there by Overstreet and takes the lid off the bucket for the Savages.
That's good penetration there by Overstreet. He keeps hitting some shots like that. That's going to open other things up for Savages on offense. But good penetration, making the defense move.
Well, you know, looking for those higher percentage shots, real close there. And that's going to create some confidence and open up just, you know, a lot of doors for the Savages there if they just take the lid off the basket. And Kirby, is that Kirby? Yes, he hit both of his shots, his free throws there. Overstreet shoots from way out. And, you know, if I'm a coach, I am gritting my teeth and about to have a stroke over, you know, lots of outside shots that aren't falling.
Now that can be fine if you've got a dominant presence on the boards and you're prepared for it. But you've got to have numbers down there and be prepared to block your man out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that game comes to you or it doesn't. You cannot force that. Harper, the point guard, brings it up court. Nice rebound there by Overstreet. Maybe the shortest guy out there pulled down a long rebound. Kicks it out to Warden, and that's just way too long.
Maybe thought about that one just a little too much when it went up.
Or didn't think long enough before he tried it. Hey, wait a minute, I know better than that. Another nice shot there by Overstreet.
Nice little turnaround jumper there by Overstreet.
And that's going to be, well, no, they're going to call timeout. They're going to substitute. That was not a dead ball situation. That was kind of crummy there.
It stopped the clock. That's odd.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that shouldn't happen. And, you know, he called an official timeout or, you know, stop the clock there and let him in. I don't care for that. Savages trail by 3, 7-4. And playing some decent enough defense right here. So I don't know if that's 2-1-2 or what. Now, one thing I noticed, we've got Plumlee back in for Hatcher. Outside shot falls. And that's going to be Golish. Golish looking pretty Golish.
He did.
Overstreet shot from outside looked good, just did not fall.
He did a block on that one. He was certainly moving.
Yes.
Came through. If he would have held his ground, he would have been run over, but
that was clearly
would have, could have, should have.
Blocking foul there. Harper shirt, first shot, back rims. Jake Williams comes in for the Bears. Neither shot falls, so foul was worthwhile. Board was cleared by Plumley.
Good rebound there off the long rebound.
It was long. Crush out top, back down to Overstreet. And low to Edwards, and he converts.
Well, they need a little more of that.
Just be patient, take your time, and you know, wait for the higher percentage shot. It's going to work to your favor. Savage gets his hand in the passing lane, and actually that is out to the Savages.
Good defensive stand there by the Savages.
was.
Now turn this into points, and you got something going here.
He's going to call that a blocking foul.
Blocking foul on the floor, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was on point guard Harper.
Number one.
I think Overstreet initiated contact. There's Edwards. His shot's a little short. Savages get back down and set up pretty quickly. So really pretty nice defense so far by the Savages. And that is going to stop the clock. 86 seconds to go in the first quarter. Really, I wasn't necessarily looking to grade these quarters, but I'm going to give them a solid B so far in this first quarter. What do you think? Am I too generous?
I think so. I would probably go B- on that just because the shots haven't fallen. They really have played this pretty tight. They haven't let it get
Pretty
out of
decent
hand.
basketball, yeah.
And their defense the last half of this quarter has held up.
And that shot's short as well. Tecumseh clears the board, but on the pass back out, turns it over. You got the Bears taking their time here. They lead 6-10 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. We want to draw these guys out. Don't play their game. He can stand out there at half court, dribble as long as he wants to, because he ain't going to hit very many shots out there. Nice block there by Edwards.
Wow.
And that's a momentum type play there.
Absolutely. He left his feet way out in front of that shot and stayed in the air long enough to get a piece of it. That was pretty good.
Very impressive.
Almost again there.
Yeah,
Almost
he did,
again.
and he may have affected it some, get his hand right in his face. It rims out, and Savages should have the final shot here.
Good defensive stand there. Again, they can turn this into points. They've got something going.
They do.
Trying to draw the foul, but couldn't. But
Could not. So after a quarter, you know, Savages only have 6 points, but really their defense has held Noble Bears to 10. So
well, that's
I'm not going to complain about that.
definitely kept them in this quarter, and it could have been a little uglier than it looked like. But the Savages stiffened up on defense here towards the end of the quarter. Haven't really got the offense going on that end yet, but the defense has shut down the Noble Bears at this point and kept this tight. So tighter than it could have been. So
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly got a ball game at this point.
absolutely. You know, if you're the Savages, you've got to say, okay, guys, maybe not our most effective offensive quarter of this year yet, but let's get warmed up out there and we can go out there and play with these guys. So,
Well, I think, you know, if you're Coach Edwards, I mean, your message has got to be, you know, keep doing what you're doing, but, you know, maybe try to take a better shot. don't settle for a shot. Take a shot. There's no shot clock.
The 6 points that they have, most of that is come from the inside or penetration or something like that. They need to keep that going, not taking those longer threes in need out there and one rebound.
If they ain't falling, there's just no sense in that. I mean, they've not.
Especially if you're not rebounding very well. That's
true enough. Warden into Edwards.
Need more movement away from the ball. There we go. There's a cutter. Get some more of that.
Ooh, that just barely went in. When it rolled out, a little floater there, when it rolled out of his fingers, I thought that's not got enough power on it.
Barely doesn't matter if it goes in.
Wow, that's right. It's like horseshoes and hand grenades. Well, that went halfway down.
Oh, we stepped on the line?
Yes, he did, I believe so.
Brought down that rebound, but on the line.
Well, did he step on the ball, or was it a foul away from? I mean, step on the line, or was it a foul away from the ball?
Yeah, I think he stepped. Well, maybe it was a foul away from the ball.
And there's Edwards. Look for a. Yep.
Oh, he
did a big one there. He flat stepped out there.
Didn't reestablish himself. Came back in. But
Now it falls.
of course, that one goes in, right?
Yeah. Savage zone defense pretty tough so far. Going to take that shot from way out, and it's going to fall. That was Harper, their point guard. And we've got a timeout on the floor.
Well, I think if I'm Coach Edwards right now in the huddle, we got to get some offense going. We need to make those, get some penetration, some movement away from the ball, open up that middle, and get some easier shots here. We don't need to be shooting too many from beyond the arc.
No, you don't.
If you're playing inside-out ball and you're getting good shots, open shots like that from outside the arc, that's one thing. But you got to get some penetration inside to open that up.
Well, no, you're right, and they need to just take their time because it's early. They're down by 5 points. I mean, this is no problem. This is the ball game here. Back up court goes Edwards, looking for a teammate down below, passes it directly to a Bear, and they take advantage. So they open up the lead to 7 points there.
I need to get some offense going here. Good thought, but
those are mental mistakes. Takes a shot from outside on the baseline, does not fall.
another opportunity here, and this is what's kept these Savages in the game. You know, the defensive rebounding has been pretty decent for the Savages tonight. I think they're ahead on that count, but the offensive rebounding just hasn't been there. You know,
Going to have those second chance opportunities. Edwards goes down and gets fouled.
Oh my.
I'll just be honest with you. Those shots like that irritate me.
Well, he had so much room. I don't know why you couldn't dribble in.
I mean, heck,
draw the
yeah.
defense and then kick it off.
Yeah, there was. It didn't have to be that way. And he had the distance, but he wasn't near close enough to be accurate.
Now, in his defense, if it would have gone in, we wouldn't be saying that. But
No, but a small part of me would have been thinking that. Hatcher gathers a loose ball in backup court. Goes the Savages.
Not carrying the ball there.
Yeah, you know you don't see that very often. I mean, you see it happen, but you don't see it called.
Not much, and just a little too lackadaisical there with the ball.
Yeah. Shot from way outside. And that is out to the Bears.
Oh,
I'm not sure it wasn't off of the shin of a Savage.
we're going to talk about it.
Talking it over.
They give it to the Bears.
And that was just good patient offense there, moving the ball, swinging the ball.
Another good defensive rebound there by the Savages.
was.
Pulling it back in.
It was. There's Crush.
Woo! Into the wall.
That was a little out of control. The foul may have been the best thing that could have happened on that.
Well, I think it was, and certainly stopped something uglier from happening, I think, there. But
Could have been ugly. Got to get one of these free throws here, though.
well, we just got to start putting some points on the board. That's you can't waste these trips down the court. Like
And had 4 shots fall and a quarter and a half of basketball.
Well, I just don't know about that.
Well, I know about it, and that ain't good.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I don't know that that's the pass you want to look for. You're kicking it out without really establishing anything inside. I think, somebody's got to cut with him down the other side of the lane and create a presence there and get a shot and put it in the bucket. I mean,
Well, he gets one of those kicks, a kick pass to the outside there. He's not obligated to shoot.
no.
He should know where a couple of his teammates are there and could pass it off.
It really wasn't an open shot to start with.
And Hatcher's shot rims out there, too. Savages have no love from the rim tonight.
Oh, my.
I think that's supposed to have been an alley-oop. A little too much alley and not enough hoop, I think. You got to be kidding me. And, it went that time, but
Yes, we were kidding you.
there are just too many of those.
Yes, we were kidding you, and that's a good thing it went down because, one, you just can't live. If you're going to live by that only, you've got to do something to generate either a rebound and a putback or something to start putting some pressure on the rest of the defense.
I mean, seriously.
Timeout. Oh, foul.
He put that up from Earlsboro.
Foul on 22 there.
Actually, between Earlsboro and Seminole. More like the little area, maybe.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I never heard of half of these stats. Now, Seminole, of course, I've heard of it. Earlsboro.
For all you know, I could be making them up.
Well, as far as I don't have an atlas to check
Yeah.
it.
If you show up here some night with an atlas, I'm going to know I'm in trouble.
No call on that.
Side out blue.
Letting them play a little bit on that.
Yeah.
Now, you know, here, 15-11, Jeff, I mean, you're 4 points out. You just got to turn some of these possessions
Yeah,
into
you do.
points. All you got to do. And there's no reason you're even behind, really, because they're playing them pretty straight up on defense down here.
Really they are. At the end of the first quarter, they were down by 4 points.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we're not quite to the half yet, but we're getting there.
2 or 3 good possessions here, putting the ball in the bucket, you know. Boy.
And another one.
That was going to be, you know, again, you're living and dying by that. That's great if they go in, but you gotta keep putting points on the board.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you do. And, you know, I love the 3-point shot, but, you know, that was almost far enough out to be a 4-point shot if it existed.
Oh, gosh, man.
And, you know, that was just a little bit too, come in a little too hot on that one. Well, and that one falls 3. So Savages still trail by 4. They were within a stick man there for a moment. On the floor.
That'll put one away from the bonus. No, that puts them in the bonus right there. Be a 1-1.
I believe so.
Oh, man.
You know, and you got to hit your free throws. I mean, that was complete wasted possession there with multiple opportunities.
Absolutely. You just got to name the game right now is just turning even a point at a time. You got to make the possession worth something.
Got another one from outside there, and that was that Golish?
I believe so.
Yeah, no, that's Kirby. Logan Kirby. Which one was Golish?
Is he out there?
22. The 21 and 22, I was thinking. Yeah, that's Kirby.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know.
About a contested shot way outside the 3-point line. I just don't think that's the wise shot. As a coach, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, they hit a couple, and that kind of cools it down. But I'm seeing shots outside the free throw line, I mean, a 3-point line, period. But especially some of these are 4, 5, 6 feet out there.
Well, and
that vein in my forehead would never go back down.
It's not like you're wide open either. It's a contested shot from out there. I mean, you're not really. You can't rebound. You're not doing anything worthwhile. Good defense there, no call.
Yeah, it was, and Savages had that no-fly zone. Unable to convert, so the time runs out. Savages trailing by 7. So, you know.
Well, let's take a little break. We'll come back here and dissect this first half by the Savages.
Let's do.
We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, Most Valuable Player Football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, most valuable player football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Hello. Big welcome. Come see us.
Cowboys Plumbing, the Hub Network Tecumseh scoreboard sponsor. Cowboys Plumbing, grabbing plumbing by the horns.
Now, cowboys have a particular way of doing things. They take pride in their work. They strive for perfection. Cowboys know that a man is only as good as the work he performs. Now, we may not show up on a horse, but we'll take your plumbing by the horns. Cowboys Plumbing.
Welcome to Immediate Care of Oklahoma. Come visit us at our Tecumseh Clinic located at 502 North Broadway. At Immediate Care, we meet people where they're at to provide compassionate and efficient care in an honest and respectful manner. We offer a wide range of services including x-rays, physicals, drug screens, occupational medicine, flu, strep, and COVID testing, and much more. Book an appointment online at immediatecareok.com. Come see us so we can get you better, faster.
The Farm Bureau Insurance, Todd Colburn Agency, most valuable player football. Catch it all on the Hub Network Tecumseh Facebook page.
Hello. Big welcome. Come see us.
Welcome back. I am standing here talking to the man, Mr. Coach Eldon Gentry. And, Coach, congratulations on a great game tonight.
Thank you, thank you. We're starting to maybe figure a few things out.
Looking good. You know, I noticed these girls come out here tonight and just they walked out onto the court and they very professionally, methodically, workmanlike took those Bears apart piece by piece.
Yeah,
there was hardly any lull in their game tonight.
we executed pretty well on offense tonight. Everybody was taking good shots. When you take good shots, the normally most shots go in, and swung the ball around. And when we get going, we pretty much everybody on our team can shoot it. So that's kind of one of our unwritten rules for Tecumseh girls basketball is that if you're open, you better shoot it. Doesn't matter who you are. So, and they're going in tonight. So.
Well, you know, and I didn't mean to get this deep into the interview yet, but no matter who you are, you better shoot it. Nice 3-point shot down there toward the
my goodness,
end
hey.
by reserve.
Anytime,
Remind me.
Alicia Perimeter.
Yes.
Yeah, anytime we can get those kids in those games like that at the end of the situation, I know some people want to say, hey, let's not score, but those kids deserve to get to score.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I mean, you can't tell somebody to go out there and not try.
Hey, well, what happened was in the JV game tonight, she had 10 tonight in the JV game.
Oh, yeah, so she just continued on.
Yeah, and then we threw out there tonight and got that up. Anytime we get somebody in like that, shooting a three, the night's it's going to be a good night.
Heck of a deal. Well, it was a nice night, and I didn't see much of a lull at all. They just they did their thing. Now, it was a little bit of a slow, I wouldn't say a slow start.
Yep.
It was just seemed like their end of the court was colder than the Bear end. Yep. But, you called the timeout fairly early, and you were very animated over there.
Got after them a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, give me the radio edit version of what you said to those girls over there.
Take care of the basketball.
Yeah.
Basically. We have a scouting report. We go over everything we expect. And credit to them. Their number 11 is a really good player, very athletic.
Yeah.
After
Well, she's a senior, wasn't she?
Yeah, and that's one of the things we talked about. She's going to get out and get steals and go for layups and back-to-back possessions. So sometimes they have to little louder motivation to understand the scouting reports at times.
Yes. Well, now, talking about number 11s, I mean, what about Warden?
She
heck
shot
of a
the
game
ball well.
tonight.
Yeah, 22 and 8 is what I had her at so far. That's not the official stats, but 22 points, 8 rebounds for her. Anytime we can get her going in the post helps us drastically. She's so athletic, so strong. Other guards have problems. Not only that, but when she's in there, she can create all those shots for everybody else around the outside. So,
I made an observation of Joe a few minutes ago, and you can totally make fun of me if you want to, but it's almost like at times you've got 2 1s and 3 5s out there.
Yeah.
And that's just pretty cool. I mean, because Warden can go down there and deep in the trees and do her thing.
Yeah, so she can play all 5 positions for us, really, if we have to. It depends on matchups. And then, I say this in a nice way possible. One time, Coach Grogan on the side saying, that's just easy money taking candy from a baby down there with her, because sometimes you get her in there and those other girls just can't handle it. She's a good player. I'm already dreading her graduating in a couple months from now, because that's going to be hard to replace.
Well, you just can't replace an athlete like that. Now, real quick, we're getting close to the end of the half there, but we give grades here. Tell me what you think about these.
Okay.
Quarter by quarter. That's Joe and that's Jeff.
Okay.
And, we started off at B+ and A-. I mean, what do you think about those?
I'm thinking this first quarter might have been a C for us. Of course, I have my standards are a lot higher than most other people.
Well, see, I'm a homer, so I grade on the curve.
Right. Some people probably think, like, we played great tonight. And our quote yesterday in practice was as better as possible. Good's not enough. Because, we pulled off the upset Tuesday night at Jones.
Yes,
that's
Jones.
the best win we've had.
Well, Jones is always good
for us.
Yeah.
So I thought, girls, we can't settle, all right? Just because we won one game, still got to keep that rolling. Now we put 5 games together in a row that we've played pretty well. So we're figuring things out at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So second quarter, both of us went with an A. I mean,
we'll take it.
in the third quarter, almost, the third quarter I think would have been a whole lot better if we hadn't seen the first and second quarter.
Right.
If that makes sense, because, it's like, how do you really improve? So, by the time 3 of those quarters in a row rolled around, I was like,
a few turnovers. That game could have been over in the third quarter if we don't turn it over 3 or 4 times and get them easy buckets. But, yeah, definitely. And then, we finish in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Perimeter gets in. That's an A+ when you get a kid off the bench and then make it feel
that's worth a letter grade right there.
We're
So.
figuring it. We got and then Jockaway. She's so good. And her stats.
Well, they all are. There's
numbers.
There's an even group of girls you got out there, and when you get that second group in, if you'll notice that they play the same basketball.
Yeah.
It's a program. They all play within the program,
Execute
and they'll have that same look on their face.
Yeah.
Very businesslike and very impressive.
We don't ever come to a game to lose. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
No matter who we're playing, we expect to win. So.
Yeah, that is true.
Fun
Well,
night.
Coach, it's been a pleasure. I hope you come back next time.
Absolutely.
And congratulations on a great win.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having
Thank
us on.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Good job.
Excuse me. Thanks a lot, Coach. Thanks. We are back. Joe had to give me a minute here to jump off his cliff and find my seat. I'm not very tall, if you hadn't figured that out. Shot there by Overstreet. It's just not on, and Savage are going to start this trailing by 7, 21-14. Shot from the top of the key by the Bears does not fall either.
So we're starting off the same way we finished up the second half. I mean, one shot and they're done. Tecumseh comes down with an opportunity here just to put a couple points on the board and methodically get that lead down.
You know, if he's going to call Overstreet once for carrying the ball like that, he's going to have to call it every time. He's going to have to choose it or not choose it, because it is very typical. I mean, you see that a whole lot, but it's a thing that a lot of point guards do.
You got to go up and take the foul there. You got to do something
Well,
down low to.
I didn't feel like he was ready for the shot there.
He may not have been, but you know, when the ball gets in there,
You got to be ready.
your job to do something with it.
Yes. Bears are going to reevaluate back up at the top of the key. I would like to mention that
Whistle away from the ball. Nope, they're just out of bounds. Or they step on the line. I'm not sure what.
I don't know. I couldn't understand what he said. The backup court goes Overstreet. And you're not seeing a lot of movement away from the ball. Hatcher had a good shot there. I thought it was going to go in. It did not. Drew front iron. Little spin move by Harper there.
You know, I think what we're talking about here, we just need to have some consistency on the offensive end of the floor. You know, you can't come down and just one shot and out, one shot and out, one shot and out all night long.
No, you can't. This is how ball games get away from. You know, we've got the Overstreet with numbers and lays it in and one. And that was certainly a foul, but not a hard foul. If you're going to foul somebody like that, you better take them to the ground.
Yeah, you better make it worth something there.
Yeah.
And there haven't been, again, not too many fouls called. Good officiating so far tonight. These guys letting them play, but you know, Overstreet's got to turn this into a three-point play, and they need to get something going every time down the floor.
Yes. Well, they get 3 there, and now they're going to trail by
9.
I think.
It's a 9er, isn't it? No, yeah.
Well, it is, but I don't think they added those points, did they? Yep. There we go. So it's 8.
Oh, okay,
actually.
sorry. Yep. Walk.
I think I think basically Hatcher's feet started moving before the ball did. It kind of landed right there up right below his neck and his chest there, and I think he started moving before he got it down to a dribble. Wide open shot there, and that does not fall. Gathered up by Edwards, and he's headed up court.
Oh, goodness. Got the forearm into him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how planted he was, but he certainly initiated that contact. Coach Edwards over there, he's over there opining about something.
Didn't like something. He pulled somebody off the bench there.
Yeah, there's Plumley getting ready to go back in, I would assume for Hatcher. You know, and they've held the Bears out of the lane very well. And that's going to be to the Savages.
Well, again, the defense has been pretty decent, and defensive rebounding has been pretty good. It just offense, they just have no offense.
There's been no offense. I mean, we're deep in the third quarter, and they've got 17 points on the board. Now, on the flip side, I mean, Bears only have 25.
Right.
You know, and that's all they need right now, but it's not a lot.
You can't do that. Again,
No,
one
but
and out.
Yeah. We've got Edwards sort of alone up here if he can get to. Yes.
There we go.
That's the kind of stuff you like to see, and certainly good eyes. Good eyes by the freshman.
You did that about 4 or 5 times in a row now.
Yes, you do. You do. Just keep on that defense and keep those Bears out of the lane. Keep the Bears out of the picnic basket. And a little bit of a high pass. How you like that?
All right, boo-boo. I like it pretty good. Hey, boo-boo.
Yeah, I've drawn a blank there. I wasn't prepared. We got a timeout on the floor. I was going to go for something else about a picnic basket. It just wasn't coming to me.
Little Yogi Berra there.
Yeah, that's old school.
That's back in our day when you can only watch cartoons on Saturday.
Yeah, well, we'd get up early to watch cartoons because there were certain ones that you couldn't catch if you didn't get up early. I mean, if I happened to wake up early on Saturday morning and catch Pink Panther, it was going to be a good day. They're throwing shirts. And as luck would have it, I didn't get one.
Speaking of shirts, we've got one for you. We need to get one to you.
Well, I went home and changed my shirt before I come in tonight because I thought I looked like, kind of like Jabba the Hutt on that interview last week. So decided to wear something with vertical stripes.
Do it with stripes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very slimming. Overstreet headed back up court into that press, and nice pass to Edwards and nice layup, and that's what you got to have. Now the Savages back to within 4.
All right, now.
So, I mean, we've still got a ball game here.
Yeah. We just need to keep the defense up here. We got a little offense going with some closer shots. That was a better. Let's play transition basketball to get those shots, and let's play transition basketball.
And that's not going to fall. I like my chances if you can keep the Bears out of the lane.
Oh, he called an offensive foul on that too?
Yes, he did.
Didn't like that forearm stuff.
Nope.
Right now, Edwards got the hot hand. At least he's had the hot cuts and the easy buckets on the layups down there.
Well, very athletic. Got to play smart basketball. And, he's fun to watch when he's doing his thing. Just keep him out of that lane, and and, don't get too fancy. Just get it up court and make some money.
Have a chance to run their half court. This is where you haven't seen too much movement away from the ball. A little better right now.
But you got to see something.
Oh,
You got to see
man.
it. Plumlee and Overstreet over there moving.
That-
And just like that, down low, and Plumlee converts.
There's what we're talking about right now. Now you got a 2-point game, and they're starting to hit the last 3 times down the floor. They put the ball in the bucket. And the defense is holding. That's what you need right there.
Well, you got to keep playing close to the dollar, and those low, high percentage shots are the ones that you're going to make your living on. And the 3-point shots, those are windfalls. And we watched the Bears, they move the ball out there around the perimeter, and they're just not getting into the lane. And I thought that was going to fall. Fortunately, it rimmed out. And you got guys diving for the ball. Our old coach used to tell us, maul the ball. And if you got guys diving for the ball, getting that kind of hustle, good things are going to happen. Right there on it. Call timeout.
jump ball there. Looks like Plumlee was kind of looking for the charge there a little bit. Or was that Plumlee? Maybe not. But they kind of stopped playing, but then got back to the jump ball.
Yeah. We got a little wild there for a minute. And into the freshman. Got to help him up court, guys. And that was just a flop and a half. And Savage is looking to tie it up here. Bring it out and set it up if you have to. And got one on the shot. So a couple of free throws here could even the game up.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think this is the Savages' best quarter so far because
I absolutely
they
agree.
generated a little offense, you know. Defense has held up in the third quarter here.
Golly, you got to hit those free throws. Williams comes into the game for Noble. Jake Williams. That sounds like a country singer.
Kind of does, huh?
Yep, Savage is within a point, and that brings out the full court press. You got to be careful. And just like that, back to 4.
Well, again, you can't stop doing what you've been doing this quarter.
No.
Get down. You can't do that.
No, you cannot. Can't turn it over down low like that.
Oh.
And Edwards he clotheslined him. I guess he got him in the eye, maybe. Looked like there was no contact, but he's still trying to sell. I don't know if he's lost contact or if he just got poked in the eye. I'm not sure. But after 3 quarters, the Savage is still within 4. I mean, you know, really the best quarter. We haven't graded all these quarters, but I don't know if I've seen these boys earn an A yet, but that was definitely a B+.
No, that was more in the B+ range for sure, and it could have been closer to an A-.
It was
if they would have
close there
finished
for a
out that
while.
quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just got a little of a streak that was really just 4 possessions down the court where they put some points on the board consistently and, again, put pressure on the defense. If they would have shut down a little transitional ball there from Noble, then they would be tied in this game, I think.
No, I agree with you.
If I was Coach Edwards right now, I'd be saying, we got to just keep doing what we were doing. If we get some baskets in transition, we got to run a little bit. Then we're going to run a little bit. You know, let's make it happen. But we can't. Yeah, one thing I noticed about the third quarter, no balls jacked up 10 feet beyond the three-point line.
Well, and you're exactly right. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, I made the comment, play closest to the dollar, but I used to, years ago, I worked in a sales job, and our manager always told us, you got to work closest to the dollar, work closest to the dollar. And that was, you know, the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
And you know, the big stuff is out there. It's going to come or it's not. But the small stuff, you know, it should be ready for you. And the high percentage shots down low, that's the close to the dollar stuff that I'm talking about. And that's what got the Savages back in the game.
Absolutely. And this defense is what's kept them in the game, and they're still doing a pretty good job of keeping the ball outside the arc and rebounding.
Yep, Crush comes in with the rebound there. And I disagree with that call. He said he stepped, I think, well, I don't know.
Going to call a foul, though.
Okay, because I thought he was blowing the whistle because he stepped back over the line, and I didn't see it happen. But side out to the Savages, so we're okay. I agree with it again.
They called a foul on 5 there.
Yeah. And nice shot from outside by the freshman.
Yeah.
That was shot from the CPN area over there.
It was, but let me tell you, what created that was he came all the way around the back door to that side on the wing, and he was completely unguarded.
Nobody knew.
Wide open, and because the movement away from the ball created that shot. Plain and simple. Now you got a 1-point game. trade shots right here to keep the defense up.
Well, they
There you go. Oh.
it's a good hustle though. Good job getting into that passing lane there by Edwards. And they've kept the ball out of that. They Bears hit a three-pointer a few minutes ago, but they've kept the ball out of the lane, and I don't feel like these guys are going to beat us on the perimeter.
I don't think so. And they really don't have the inside presence to get the ball in there. Anybody really strong that can beat us.
Found a cutter there, and they got a high percentage shot there. If you can keep them out of the lane, I think you've got a great chance.
Called that one on the
Is that
floor.
away from the ball?
Called on the floor. He got underneath him there, I think.
Yeah.
When you leave your feet and you don't know if you're going to pass, shoot, or indifferent, something different, you're
asking for trouble.
You're not going to get the call.
Every time you get off your feet, you need to have a plan for what you're going to do before you come back down. He's going to jack one from deep here if he gets a chance. I can just tell by his movement. Oh,
you called it. Oh, an offensive rebound. Put it in the hole.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. What did we say a few minutes ago? The second chance opportunities are going to give you an opportunity to win the game.
Absolutely, and that certainly did that. And you can shoot those if you get those.
You don't force them, though, and I think that's the problem and what irks me so much. When you take that and there's so much better shot available. When you've got, 6-8 feet between you and the nearest defender, step up a little bit. Get in your range. Savage back to within a stick man.
Not the third time they've been there tonight. But
yeah, and they've, whoa. Dribbles it off his own foot, does the point guard, and he's not happy with himself.
Well, good break there for the Savages.
Yeah, very well, and that's ultimately a result of good, strong defense.
It was.
I mean, they didn't specifically cause that turnover.
That's going to be a block. Yeah,
yes.
It's got to be a block. He was moving.
There's nothing else you can do. Got up, got tangled up in him, and you got to call that.
That's the 15th foul, third team foul on 22. Is that goalish? Is that right?
Yes, that is goalish. Savages have a chance to take the lead here. Again, over the back of Plumlee. And will he go to the line here?
He has to. He was in the act of shooting. I think that's going to be 2 shots.
So we've got one official call inside out, and the other one.
I think he was going to go right back up with that. Sure.
See, I don't know but I mean that was. Are they not in the bonus?
Not yet. Got one more. Another foul to go.
Overstreet got his pocket pick there.
Oh.
And Harper had the lead down low, and they convert on that one.
Almost looks like a walk. Now they can't get out of control here. I mean, they've got to keep. Here's the thing. You got to take advantage of these possessions and come down and just put points on the board. You can't play wildly and then get yourself back in a 5-point, 8-point hole.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you got to be happy with compared to the entire game here. You're within 1 point.
Absolutely.
I mean, not right now, but a minute ago, and be happy with the opportunity that you've got down there to maybe take the lead, and don't be a hot shot.
Well, these need to go in.
Absolutely got to go in. There we go.
Don't care how it goes in. We just need it to go in.
No. And, Overstreet, point guard, he should be hitting 95%. I mean, I know he's a high schooler, but I mean.
He's a little close for normal shots. But
there we go. And we got timeout, and that's who called that? Doesn't matter. Savages back again within 1, and this has turned out to be an enjoyable, exciting game. And there's a time or two I wondered that Noble may not run away with. The Savages have stayed tough, stayed out of their own heads, and hung in there.
Here's my thought, Jeff. Is if I'm in the Tecumseh huddle right now, I'm going to say we're not going to press. We might put a little pressure on there. We might put a little three-quarters court pressure on the ball, but I wouldn't spread your defense out and give the
Easy shot
the Bears
down low.
easy shot down
Yeah.
on the other end.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would just continue to play defense like you have been because that's worked. I mean, that's worked all night long. What you've got to do is get some easy opportunities on the offensive end of the court.
I agree. I mean, do what you do, but just be a little bit smarter, a little bit. You'll be all right. A little rock and roll part 2 by Gary Glitter there. Weird dude.
Was he?
Oh, yeah. I ain't going to get into it, but well, you just got to take my word for it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Weird dude. Bears managed to stretch the Savages out a little bit there, but Savages got back up court pretty quick, so got to keep them outside the perimeter.
Yeah, let them.
And there's tons of time.
There is, yeah. You just need to keep doing what you've been doing, but you've got to turn some offense on here.
Savages had the opportunity to take it away there, but see, they're going to have to kick it back out of the lane again. And he was standing on the line, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like he was standing on the side. I mean, it looked like that was the indication from the official.
So, again, a good stand by the Savages down there. They take, did everything they needed to on that possession.
And they've got the opportunity to take the lead here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Savages up by 2 now. Nice 3 by the freshman.
Wow.
It wasn't that far. It was a baseline 3, which I always thought were harder ones to hit.
At least he was on the line, but it rolled around and went down soft.
Yes, it did. First lead of the night by the Savages. And just keep doing what you do.
That's exactly what the Savages need right there. The Bears looking a little stagnant here on the outside, like they can't do much.
Yeah. Savages clear the board, 1 and done, and Plumlee had.
You're gonna get a walk here. Oh, another forearm? That's a foul.
I guess so. He's being a stickler on those. That was on Overstreet.
That's Overstreet's first?
I thought he had a couple.
I did too, but he's got one, looks like.
You're going to call a foul here, but
now
they kept him out of the lane. We're going to see. That was on Plumlee, and that's okay. That's his third, but we're late enough in the game. That's okay. If you finish up a game, you got 3 fouls left. You've wasted at least 2 of them, and he's going to miss that first one. So it's proved to be a good investment at this point.
Good foul, and pressure's on the Bears now to make these conversions.
Yes, it is. And that was going to go out too. Savages clear the board.
No reason to hurry here now. Just take the good. Oh,
that cannot be a charge.
Got him on the 4, but that's going to be in the bonus, so he's going to shoot 1-and-1 here. And this, now, I'm telling you, as weak as your offense has been all night long, you need to put these in the bucket.
Oh, you got to have it. You can't let up off the gas now, intentionally or unintentionally.
There you go.
That was good. The Savages with 2.5 minutes, a tiny bit of house money they're playing with. Not enough not to take it serious, but both his free throws, that's very important.
Good job at the right time.
Yes.
Good stop there, good stop.
Make them kick it back out. They had it right under the goal, but they made them kick it back out. That one goes in. but I don't think they're going to beat you from the perimeter overall if you do everything else you need to do.
No, you got to keep playing good defense, challenge those, but it's okay.
You got to take smart shots. You can't get back down and try to shoot 3 for 3. And one.
Good,
No.
there you go.
They called a charge on him, didn't they? No. Okay.
That bucket counted.
Yeah, no, it was a. It was an offensive foul charge.
Oh, golly. Wow.
That's tough there.
Well,
I don't know if I buy that.
those kind of shots, though, that's exactly what you're penetrating. That was the right idea.
I thought it looked pretty good.
We get a timeout by Noble here, I think.
And I think they'll serve the Savages as well.
Well, I think the problem here for Noble is the fact that they can't get much offense going either, and they really haven't been able to do all night long, and that's the reason why this game is still a one-point game.
Yeah.
Both teams have struggled to find an answer for the defense, but I can only count on one hand maybe the times that they've had 2 shots on the offensive end of the floor. They've been 1 shot and out almost all night long, and that's what's kept Tecumseh in this game. And just a little bit of offense at the right time.
Yeah, it's definitely been sometimes good defense, sometimes poor offense. If you'll notice, if you kind of do the math there, they haven't even averaged 10 points a quarter, either team.
No, and
that's a grind.
That is a grind, and it's not like we've been in a foul-heavy game either. It's been a lot of shots missed on both sides. That's really what it is.
That scoreboard's moving like a sundial.
Yeah. Well, the good news here is you got a couple fouls to give if you're Tecumseh.
Yeah.
And you're in the bonus, so you're going to be shooting 1 of 1 at least from here on out. So if you can hit some shots and maintain your lead, and just just don't trade shots with them.
Yeah.
Get down the court.
Play tough but not crazy defense here. Keep them out of the lane. Just do what they've been doing for the most part, and it's probably going to be all right on the defensive end. They're not going to hit a lot of three-pointers.
I agree.
That's something you're rolling the dice on. Yep, see, that one falls out, and they should have gotten the rebound. And did. Overstreet brings it down, the smallest guy on the court. Did they call a jump ball? Are you kidding me?
Oh, goodness.
Nobody else had their hand on it.
Overstreet's kind of like, hey.
Well, it went to the Savages, but still.
Yeah,
that's.
I thought for sure that was a foul, but
that's nonsense.
That would have put Overstreet at the line too, but.
That's what you got to do there.
Well, you had a foul to give, so certainly you don't want him to get an easy bucket like that.
Yeah,
2 fouls to give. You still got a foul to give.
Crush did what he had to do there. Of course, it, didn't necessarily need to turn it over. What is going on here? There's too much time passing.
Substitution.
We got a nosebleed over there, I guess.
Oh, that's what.
And Overstreet, he's got to lay this in here. Yes!
Wow.
And that set the crowd on fire right there.
3-point lead. Good defense here. No fouling. Don't foul. Make them work for the shots just like they've been having to all night long.
Well, this minute is no different than, a minute in the first quarter shouldn't be. Just do what you do until you hit 0-0-0, and, let it fall where it may.
Oh, one offensive rebound.
Yes.
Gosh. A timeout. That was probably a smart timeout right there by Noble.
Probably was.
They weren't getting much going. They're down by 3, so they can only tie it if there's no foul on a three-point shot. So, again, where we saw the defense doing its work for the Savages, again, that's what's keeping them in this game. So they got to keep it up right here.
You absolutely do. I mean, in these just a couple of ticks under 17 seconds rather. I mean, those are huge. And that could seem like a lifetime coming out of a timeout when the other team has the ball, but you just got to stay the course.
I mean, we're really talking about a game here for the Savages. 4 offensive possessions that they scored in a row on, that's probably their longest streak all night long, has to be. And that is the difference in the game right now. A couple free throws, that's the difference.
Joe coming in here 2 and 9, I believe. 2 and 7, 2 and 9, something like that. That may have been their longest streak all season.
It may have been.
I mean, so I'm not trying to be funny. It could have been.
Well, and here's what stopped since the first half. There's been no shots really jacked up from 10 feet beyond the 3-point line.
They must have stopped and listened to our show.
I think they may
have.
They may have. Coach Edwards obviously coached them up at halftime and said, hey, we got to get some better shots.
I see a team behind and with plenty of time on the clock shooting from, 35, 40 feet out there, and my right arm starts tingling.
Yeah. Well, good.
Plumlee brings the rebound down, and they're going to foul him with 10 seconds to go.
Well, smart foul. That's probably the guy you want to foul if you're the Noble Bears. But, boy, you can put one of these in.
If he can split the difference on this, that's money in the bank right there.
This will still be a 1-and-1 shot, so you got to hit the first one. We got one more for the double bonus. He did not. He did not. But play defense, don't foul.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Oh
Savages and Bears go into overtime.
Can't tell you how much a stinking free throw
You're right.
means.
You're right. And that's the Savages have not consistently hit them tonight. Who was it? Edwards got up there. Was it Edwards that hit both of them a few minutes ago?
Yes. Well, but they were all driving to the basket. They were all transitional baskets. Wow. And if you'd hit one free throw more of the last 2 that you've shot, this game would be over.
And honestly, I would have given them that shot. Because if you keep them out of the lane, keep them way beyond the perimeter, I would have given them that shot.
Well, he didn't. The good news about that is he didn't foul. The shot went in. You're in overtime, but my goodness. Now you got to suck it up. Now fouls matter a little bit.
Yeah. We've got, I don't know if we have anybody.
Plumlee's the only one that's close, I think. He's just got 3. But here's the thing about overtime. You're still in the bonus. You still got 1 foul to give if you're Tecumseh, so don't use that one. If you don't have to use that one, and your defense keeps it up as though you played the other 4 quarters, you can just keep a little offense going. That's all you need here.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just got to be business as usual here. No desperation. And Plumlee gets a tip, but the Bears control. Starting with the fresh 4 minutes on the clock, and Bears still not getting into the inside the perimeter.
Oh,
nice defense there. Just you don't want to be silly with it because fouls can wind up getting you in trouble because you're not making your foul for your free throw.
This is the guy you want to watch over there on the wing. This is okay with me. Let them keep doing this. This is fine because you're in the bonus.
And I want to point out here, this first possession of the game has taken 1 minute off the clock.
Well, Being patient paid off there. Getting a warning for a delay game, I think. Is that what it was?
I don't know.
I think he touched the ball coming out of the rim, and it got called a delay game and warning on that one. So that'll be a technical next time. Got to help him.
Bears have got a little bit extra mojo after that last couple of shots, and they're playing a little bit tougher defense. But did you see Coach Edwards was just wearing his son's jersey over there trying to get him to move away from the ball? And Plumlee, I thought he had brought it down. And he walked. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't trying to get up, kind of rolling around on his butt there. I'm not sure.
That's Savage ball.
Yeah. And probably a well thought out timeout.
All right, so you've got to look. You're in the bonus. You're going to shoot 1-on-1 on the floor, but you've got to penetrate and make them foul you. Make them have to foul you if you're going to the bucket.
Yes.
Do something to make that defense overreact and commit the foul, get yourself to the line, whatever. But you really got to put the ball in the hole here.
Yeah, you can't have any wasted possessions because, we've had 2 possessions, and it's been a minute 40.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were high-fiving me a while ago.
Well,
We went into overtime.
I was just saying, there it was. It's got to make that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was totally catching all that out of the corner of my eye, and I'm over like swatting and whatever.
I'll high-five
There we
you.
go. We're still kind of new.
Yeah, well, we're getting it going here, but let me just say, I mean, Savages kind of have the momentum still, but they're going to have to. I mean, every possession is swinging the momentum here just a little bit.
Yeah, well, they fought so hard to get back into the game, and although they down by a couple right now, you cannot turn it over.
Lazy pass. Coach Edwards like he's walking.
He's calling the other official over there, and at least Edwards got that.
He's got some attention there because.
And I don't know. I kind of thought it was off the Savages. I'm not sure. Obviously, Edwards is more of a homer than I am, and he should be, but he was way closer to it. Got to play some tight defense here. It's okay. Would have been nice to have converted down there. You can't do the lazy, not thinking. You got to have your mind in the game. That's the kind of pass you make when you're up by 20, not when you're down by 2.
Right. Pushed him out there.
Yeah. And they don't want to pull them out too far. If you go too far out there after somebody, you're gonna get caught with somebody unguarded down low.
Boy, here's the thing about it now. It's like all night long, all 4 quarters, Noble's been playing stall ball because they can't get anything inside.
Well, that's all they can do. I mean, I think that's only partly by design. I mean, I think the Savages have forced that on them because it's been pretty decent defense.
And, now your defense is going to have to do a little more than what it was. And you've got a foul to give. So I would look for, if he gets under a minute here, you're going to have to foul and get the ball back. Now, the problem with that is you've got to do something in transition or you've got to do something on offense.
Yeah.
Danny decided to play thriller because this is a 2-point close game, and I guess it is a thriller.
I guess so. You do that thing like that?
Do I do that thing like that?
Can you?
That's what it looks like no matter what I'm dancing. It
Yeah,
looks like
pretty
I'm doing
much.
a thriller thing.
Yeah, I try to dance. It's like dry heaving to music. All All right, we're back. 88 seconds to go in overtime, in the first overtime. Savages trailing by a couple, and they're so far held the Bears out of the. And watch them drive right down low, but they're going to have to try to kick it out, and and that's okay for the Bears because they don't have to penetrate. They're up by a couple points.
Yeah, they're going to start. Oh.
And that goes to the Savages.
That was a big play right there.
That was a monster turnover here late in the first overtime.
Now you're starting to sound like Nostradamus. You're telling me there going to be more than one overtime?
I don't know. I'm getting kind of hungry myself. If I want to stay here till 10 or not. I still got to get gas on the way home.
Oh, goodness.
That's
gracious.
crazy. And it went. Edwards for 3. I might give him a pass on that one. But here's the thing. You've got to hold that defense, or you got to hold that offense out.
You cannot give them a close shot. You've got to use the foul you've got to give. If they get in there tight, foul them. Because, well,
that 40 point, or
you
that
don't
40
want to foul if you don't have to.
It's a lifetime.
You don't want to give them the bucket. You don't want to do that. Now you got to hurry.
Come on, get up court.
They're going to play for one shot here.
And watch Edwards jumping in the.
Well, he's the sixth man on the court right now.
Yes, he is.
Oh, gosh. Nope.
And that, unfortunately, Joe, is what you did not want to happen.
Oh, goodness gracious. They really haven't played effective defense all night long, and right there they get the easy turnover just on a mental mistake. Coach Edwards, man, he's
defibrillating over there. Or fibrillating. I guess you fibrillate before they can defibrillate.
I guess so.
I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV.
Boy, down by 3. Now you've got to have one of those three-point shots.
You got to have one. And really, it's they're going to take one, and that's going to be it because they're not going to reel in that rebound.
No, probably not. And maybe you can hit it, hope for a foul, but if this goes to a second overtime, I'm going to rename you
Nostra Thompson.
Mr. Thompson. Well, it's a good game, that's for sure. Glad you guys are joining us here on the Hub Network. This is a barn burner tonight.
I really thought they were going to have to give Coach Edwards a nitro pill over there. See, they've got to get it all the way up court, too.
Yeah.
Holy cow. In the NBA, you can call a halftime or a timeout and take it out.
You better. You don't have time to do that.
No, you do not.
Wow.
That's unfortunate, Joe. They needed that. They needed that W so bad. So bad. And, that's easily the best game I've seen these men play. But it's going to have to be turned up from here.
That's a tough one to take. That's a tough one to lose. I mean, you had it right there in your grasp, and you got a wild three-point shot by the Noble Bears to bring it to overtime, and then the Savages lose it in overtime by 3 points.
Oh yeah, it's a killer. It's a heartbreaker.
It still really did not generate much offense in that overtime for the Savages, but
Savages struggled on offense all night. I mean, they had a couple of bright spots, but they struggled on offense all night, and the defense wasn't bad. I still think some of the outside shots, the perimeter shots that Noble hit, I would still give them those if I had it to do over again, because they're just not going to hit them like that.
Right. And they played pretty tough defense, except for, they let 1 or 2 3-point shots go through, and even the one that they hit looked like one of ours that we threw up, and it happened to go in. And
it was just
the right time. But, tough game, tough loss for the Savages tonight.
Yeah, it was. Both games were definitely exciting tonight. I got my admission fee money worth.
Yeah, you did. And so girls played a great game. Savages played a pretty good game. It did come out with a W, but, I'd say it's all the trajectory of that, probably going mostly the right direction.
I would like to say they're going in the right direction. And, you know, you had pointed out a time or two that there weren't a lot of those, you know, deep free throw, or I mean, 3-point attempts that they shot from the 9-1-8.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a few of them, and 1 or 2 of them went in. But I don't know, when you're struggling to get some offense going, and especially you're behind on the scoreboard, and you're shooting from 5-6 feet beyond the arc, I'm a coach. I am losing my mind.
Yeah.
There's going to be some suicides run over stuff like that, you know.
I think we're going to spend another day running somewhere. That's what I think we're going to do. But,
Yeah, you guys go get a bottle of water and come back because we're going to run tonight.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, good to have you this game. You got something to close out with
Great
tonight?
to be here. Well, yeah, as always, I just want to, thank our sponsors. Seriously, some of you guys I know pretty well, some of them not as well, but I appreciate it immensely because not only do you bring this, basketball to the people that are watching from home, but you allow me to get up here and have a good time, and I do appreciate that. I want to thank my lovely wife and fellow Savage, Brooke, back at home. Honey, Muffin, I love you very much. I appreciate you putting up with my nonsense. Joe,
Yes, sir.
appreciate you having me on board, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thanks.
Thank you. And my middle son, my prodigal son, Brandon, son, we love you. Come on home. We're going to kill the fatted calf when you do, and you're not going to have to work 2 jobs to pay your rent. I can promise you that. We've got open doors all the time. I'm Jeff Thompson saying so long for now, and I'm going to say I am out like a fat kid in dodgeball.
I'm just going to chuckle and say good night, everybody on the Hub Network.
Listening to the Hub. Thanks.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.